Dear everyone, welcome back to botany session. And in these sessions, we are going to discuss ecology. It is a 12th chapter, plant ecology. Now we are going to discuss the basic principles of ecology. Then what is called ecology? What are the branches of ecology? How they are applied in the agriculture field? And these are the topics now we are going to discuss. Ecology. It is a branches of biological science that deals with the study of environment and related to the organisms, related to their organisms. These are called plant ecology. To study about the environment in the sense encircle. What is in and around us in the environment? Environment is always composed of biotic components such as plants and animal community. That is the environment. How these a particular related organism they are interacted with their environment. To study about these interactions or integrations and interrelationship between the organism and their environment. These are called ecology. It is also called plant ecology. Once again, I would remember it is nothing but study about the interaction and interrelationship between organism and their environment. These are called plant ecologies. So how can we study these interactions between the living organism and their environment? It can be studied by considering individual organism to population, different population to form community, different community to form ecosystem, then different ecosystem to form landscape, then last biome and biospheres with its environment. The interaction can be easily studied by considering the individual organism. What are the interactions, interrelationship between the individual organism with their surrounding? How these individual organisms they survive in the world for getting food and shelters from their surrounding. How they utilize the abiotic factors such as light, temperature for photosynthesis. This interaction study. And in addition to that, a group of organisms together form populations. Population is nothing but one or more related individual organisms of the same species. These are called population. How the populations are interacted with the local environmental community or conditions. Then actually a group of population to form community. Community is nothing but a different species like elephant, lion, tigers. The different species, how they are occupied the same places in the environment, how they interact or react with the environment. And biomes, similarly biome and biosphere with its environment. So we can easily study by the ecology, definition of ecology, by considering the individual organism, population, community and biome and biospheres. Once, if we observing a different environment in the biospheres, what are the different environment in the biospheres? Like aquatic environment, land environment, then terrestrial environment, biome, then different climatic condition. If we are observing the environment, different environment, and one we can raise the questions. A lot of questions may be arises in front of us. What are the questions may be arises? The first questions, why do plants and animals are varied in place to place? It is a questions. Why do plants and animals vary from place to place. Even the same species of plants and animal community, they differ from place to place. What are the reasons? The second question maybe arises in front of us. And what are the causes for these variations? Causes for these variations. A lot of factors may be cause these variations of, for example, different environmental factors. I mean abiotic factors, light, temperature, humidity, water, different climate also that should be determine the vegetation of vegetation, and also different biotic communities determined by different environmental factors also. So second question, what are the causes for this variation? Different causes, different environmental factors may cause the variations of the organism. The third question maybe arises, how soil and climate, certain other physical nature of the environment that affect flora and fauna. Flora and fauna. You know what is called fauna, flora? Flora is nothing but plants, and fauna is nothing but animals. The next question, how the soil and different climate that affect the different flora, fauna in the environment. It is a question maybe arises. Soil also is one of the important edaphic factors that determine the vegetations of plants community. Different climatic conditions also to determine the several vegetations of the plant community. So these are the questions maybe arises in the different environments. So how can we answer all these questions? And we can easily answer all these questions by clearly study about the ecology. If we are studying the ecology, we can easily answer these questions. So that is why the ecology, it is an essential and practical science. Ecology, it is a practical science. And what will be practical science? That involving experimental science. Experiment. And also if you are continuously observe the variation, definitely we can predict. Predict in the sense foretell. We can predict how these organisms are reacting with the particular set of environmental conditions. If take a individual species, for example deer, it is an individual species, we can keenly observe in the environment how these particular species they are interacted or react with the particular set of environmental condition, how they can survive, how they get food material, how they reproduce, and these are how they get the water from the environment. So we can easily understand. So we can predict how these organisms interact with the environment, and it's clearly understanding what are the basic principles that are involved in the ecology. So that is why it is an experimental or practical science. Ecology, it is an important experimental and practical science. If you take the word ecology, it is composed of two Greek words. One is ecos, O-I-K-O-S, ecos. Another one is logos or logi. One is the ecology is derived from the two Greek words. One is ecos, another one is logi. Ecos means home or dwelling place. It is a dwelling place. Home are also called, it is a place that is called home. Ecos. Logi means to study. So the ecology comes from the two Greek words. One is ecos means homes, also dwelling place where the organism can live. The other one is logi means to study. I mean to study about the organism in the particular habitat, in their natural habitat. That is called ecology. So the word ecology was first coined by Word ecology was first coined by Reiter. Reiter is the first person to coin the term ecology. Reiter. The next, the most widely accepted definitions of ecology was given by Ernest Haeckel. Definitions. The most widely accepted definition of ecology was given by Ernest Haeckel. He is the first person to give the correct definition of ecology. It is widely accepted by all the ecologists or naturalists. Ernest Haeckel. Next, who is the father of ecology? Alexander von Humboldt. So he was the father of ecology. Ecology. The next, who was the modern ecology? E.P. Wadham. E.P. Wadham. He was the father of modern ecology. Next, R. Misra. He was the father of Indian ecology. R. Misra. He was the father of Indian ecology. So once again I would remember for a NEET area, who is first to coin the term ecology? Reiter is the first person to coin the term ecology. The most widely accepted definition of ecology was given by Ernest Haeckel. He is the first person. Then father of ecology, Alexander von Humboldt. He was the father of ecology. Then E.P. Wadham. He is the father of modern ecology. And R. Misra is called as a father of Indian ecologies. Next, we are going to discuss what is the ecological hierarchy. Next, before we are studying the ecological hierarchy, just we want to know the definition of ecology. Definition of ecology. Different scientists, if we explain the ecology in different word. According to R. Misra, according to Reiter, ecology it is a study about living organism, study of living organism, both plants and animals, animal community, with their natural habitat, from their places. Habitat is nothing but it is a place where the organism can live. These are called habitat. So according to Reiter, the study of living organism, how can we explain ecology? Ecology is a study of living organism, especially both plants and animals, with their natural habitat. This definition was given by Reiter in the year 1885. The next, according to Ernest Haeckel. According to Ernest Haeckel, ecology is a study of reciprocal relationship. Between the organism and their environment. These are the most widely accepted definitions by all the scientists. What do you mean by reciprocal relationship? The word reciprocal is nothing but mutual, a mutual understanding or mutual relationship between the organism and their surrounding or and their environment. Then what do you mean by mutual or reciprocal? If take the environment, we are in the organism, we are in the species in the world, and how we are obtaining or getting the food from the environment. So the environment is provide us food, shelter, medicines, fibers, and for we survive, we are obtaining everything from the environment. It is provided by the natures, and we are returned to the nature. We can protect this ecosystem. How can we protect the ecosystems? By plantation, that is called afforestations, and to preserve the bioconservations, to preserve the natural resources like forest, soil. We can preserve, we can protect, and we are return to the nature, return to the ecosystem, or return to the environment. We protect the environment because we are in the environment. If the environment gets affected, automatically our life also gets affected. So that is why these are the mutual relationship or mutual understanding. It is also called reciprocal relationships, give and take policies. We are updating the environment, similar to we protect the environment or we protect the ecosystems. So this definition was given by Ernest Haeckel. According to Ernest Haeckel, how can we define the term ecology? It's a study of reciprocal relationship between the organism and their environment. These are the definition. The next, hierarchy. Ecological hierarchy. Then what is called ecological hierarchy? Interactions of organism or living organism with their surrounding, with their environment. As a result, establishment of a grouping of organisms. These are called ecological hierarchy. The ecological hierarchy, it is also called a level of ecological organizations. Level of ecological organizations. The ecological organization generally is composed of two: lower level of organization, then higher level of organization. We know that already we may study in the lower class itself. What is the lower level of organization? It is also called cellular level of organization. It is start from atom. It starts from atom. A different type of atoms are together to form. Atoms are combined together to form molecules. Molecules. What are molecules? DNA, then RNA. It is some molecules. The different molecules are combined together to form cell organelles. Cell organelles like mitochondria, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi body, vacuoles, nucleus. These are cell organelles. Cell organelles are made up of molecules: DNA, RNA, enzymes, everything. So different organelles are combined together to form cell. Cell is the basic unit of all living organisms. Structural function unit of all living organisms is called cell. So cell is made up of cell organelles. So up to cell, different kinds of cells are combined together to form tissue to form tissue system. Then different kinds of tissue system to form entire organism. So these are the lower level of organization, are also called cellular level of organization. It is a lower class. Now we are going to start higher level of organization from organism, individual organism. So the individual organism is the basic unit of living natures. For example, take hierarchy here. Individual organism. The individual organism is the basic unit of living nature. Basic unit of living nature, also basic unit of ecological level of organization or ecological hierarchy is a basic unit. And different individuals different individuals of the same species are together to form populations. Population. I will explain later. Different populations are to form community. Community. Different community together to form ecosystem. Ecosystem. Different ecosystems are combined together to form landscape. Landscape. Different landscape to form biome. Different biomes are together to form biospheres. Biospheres. So these are the higher level of organizations. Higher level of organization are also called ecological hierarchy. So what is meant by individual organism? A basic units. For example, deer. It is an individual species living in the particular habitat in the environment. Deer. It is a basic unit of organism, that is an individual organisms. Now, a different individual organism are the same species together form populations. I mean deer. It is also deer. Here also deer. Different animals but same species. Here same species. Same species. Together to form, it is a populations. Populations. So nothing but population is made up of one or more related species, relevant species, same species. These are called population. Similarly, different populations together form community. What do you mean by community? Community, it is a collection of different species. For example, elephant, deer, lion, tiger. So it is a collection of different species together. These are called community. Community. The different community together to form ecosystem. Yes, it is an ecosystem. Then what is called ecosystem? It is a interactions between abiotic and biotic organism. Biotic organism. What are the abiotic organism? Light, sunlight, temperature, humidity, water. These are utilized by the plants. The plants now manufacture their carbohydrates, so they are called producers. So plants are always producers, and there's different kinds of this biotic component, for example, including human being also, they depends upon the plants for the purpose of food material. So the interactions between the both biotic and abiotic environment, it is nothing but ecosystems. Now, different ecosystems are combined together form landscape. These are the landscape. What do you mean by landscape? It is a naturally boundary areas with different ecosystem. For example, peninsula. It is a naturally bounded area. I mean the three sides of water mass, one sides of land mass. These are the peninsular area. It's a natural boundary with the different ecosystem. What are different ecosystem? Land ecosystem, water ecosystem, forest ecosystem. Everything are present. These nothing but landscape. Different landscape are combined together form that is called biome. It is a biome. What do you mean by biome? Biome, it is a naturally delimited, unlimited by the specific climate. Specific climate of flora and fauna. Biome, it is a naturally delimited or unlimited by the specific climate. The specific climate, for example, tundra region. It is a tundra. And near the equator, this is a tropical rainforest. Coniferous forest, temperate forest, rainforest. near the 0 degree Celsius, both North Pole and South Pole, upper it is a tundra. Tundra is nothing but 0 degree Celsius. So it is a biomes. Biome means there is a different climatic conditions, different climatic areas to determine the vegetations. This is biome. So different type of biomes are combined together form last, that is a biospheres. Biospheres. Biospheres is nothing but these are the intersection or interactions of light, water, air. So once again, then what is called biosphere? It is any part of the earth where the organism can live. These are called biosphere. It is intersections. Yes. Land, air, waters, they are intersections together. It is a place. It is a part of the earth. Any part of the earth where the organism can live. Organism can live. These are called biospheres. So in biospheres, land also there, air also essential, water also essential for our survival, for the survival of organism. That is called biospheres. So these are the various level of organization. It is also called a high level of organization, ecological organization, are also called ecological hierarchy. Next, branches of ecology. Next topic is branches of ecology. What are branches of ecology? Ecology are divided into a major two branches. Two major branches. One is art ecology. Art ecology. The another one is synecology. These are the two main or major branches of ecology. Then what is called art ecology? It is nothing but ecology of an individual organism. Ecology of an individual organism. So they are called, it is also called species ecology. Species ecology. For better clear to understanding, ecology of individual organism with their surrounding, these are called art ecology. What do you mean by ecology of individual organism? I mean that to study about the interactions between the interrelationship between the individual organism with their surrounding. It is nothing but art ecology. Hence it is also called species ecology. Individual species related with the environment. These are called species ecology. Next, synecology is nothing but ecology of population or community with one or more species. Ecology of population or community with one or more species. I mean to study about the population or community with their surrounding. We know that what is called population. Population is a collection of same species. What is called community? Community is a collection of different species. To the same species or different species are interrelated with their surrounding. To study about these interactions between the community and their surrounding. These are called synecology. Hence it is also called community ecology. Also called community ecology. So these are the two main branches of ecology. Based on their advanced techniques and well equipments, development of in the field of ecology, certain other new branches of ecology, new dimension of ecology also established. What are the other branches of ecology? The first one is applied ecology. Applied ecology. Then second one is molecular ecology. The third one is environmental toxicology. Environmental toxicology. So these are the new dimensions of ecology are established due to the many advanced in the field of ecology. What is called applied ecology? It is also called environmental technology. Environmental technology. Why do we can say environmental technology? It's nothing. Applications of science in the ecology. A lot of applications. If a lot of science of applications are involved in the ecology, it is also called eco-technology or also called environmental technologies. So what are the uses of this applied ecology? It helps us to conserve management of ecosystem. What are the management of ecosystem? To protection of natural resources. You know what are the natural resources like soil, water, biota, plants and animals. These are called the natural resources. If we apply the science in the ecology, it helps us to conserve our protections of natural resources, especially environment or especially ecosystem. We can preserve the ecosystem, we can restore the ecosystem to protect the biodiversity and to preserve the lot of extinct species, endangered species we can protect it, we can preserve by the application of certain science in the technologies, science in the ecology. These are called applied ecology. The next molecular ecology is nothing but by using DNA marker, especially the DNA which is present in the mitochondria. The DNA which is present in the mitochondria, we can useful to study the evolutions of the organisms. Origin of species. How can we study the origin of species? By using the DNA marker which is present in the DNA of the mitochondria of the organism. These are called molecular ecology. Nothing but molecular level. Name the molecule which is present in the organism. DNA, RNA. These are the other advances of ecology. Next, environmental toxicology. It's nothing to study about the harmful effect of the environment. Harmful effect in the certain chemicals and also biological agents in the environment, especially the harmful effect of the environment. These are called environmental toxicology. So these are the other branches of ecology. Now habit and niche. Next topic, habit and niche. Habitat, not habit, habitat and niche. These are terms. What do you mean by habitat? What is called niche? Habitat, it is a place where the organism can live. These are called habitat. Niche, it is a place of functional role of organism. Functional role. Each and every species can occupy the specific place in the environment, specific habitat in the environment. But what the functional role? Physiological role. What is the functional role? How they get the food, how they reproduce, how can survive in the natures. These are called niche. It is also called ecological niche. These are the major two words. One is a habitat and also called niche. Habitat, it is a specific physical place or locality occupied by the organism or occupied by the specific organisms. Occupied by the organism. These are called habitat. Yeah, physical places, specific physical places, nothing but area in the environment occupied by the organism. These are called habitat. Or also any organism with the particular combinations of abiotic environmental factors. What are the abiotic factors? Light, temperature, humidity. How these specific organism they are interacted with the specific abiological factors. These are called a habitat. But the habitat, I mean the environment of any community, they are said to be biota. Remember, biota. Biota is nothing but environment of any community. These are called biota. It's nothing but it is a region of habitat. You know that the habitat is a specific area. A part of habitat, it is occupied by a specific ecological organism. A specific ecological organism. These are called biota. Specific ecological community. Community, we know that it's a different species that occupy a specific places in the environment. These are called biota. So it's a place, remember, it is a place where we can live. These are called habitat. But niche actually, it is a placement of organism. Organism placed in the biotic environment with its functional role. It's a keyword. With its functional role in the ecosystems. If they are living, okay, if they are living in a particular habitat, but what the specific role, each and every organism, they have the specific or functional role. I mean, functional role and what is the position of species in the particular area. What is the position? If we are living in the particular area, what is our position, what is our function? We get food. How we are going to meet the requirement? How we are going to meet the needs for getting food? For getting food, shelter, for getting food and shelter, and also to survive, how we are reproduce. Each and every organism, they reproduce to retain the number of species. How they reproduce. So these are the specific functioning of the organism. These are called niche. So remember, the word niche was first coined by. Word niche was first coined by Roswell Hill Johnson. Roswell Hill Johnson is the first person to coin the term ecological niche. But probably it was first used by Grinnell in the year 1917. He is the first person first used the term. First used the term niche. First use the term niche. The next, what are the differences between habitat and niche? Simply I will explain. Habitat, it is a specific places, special physical place occupied by the organisms. But whereas in niche, it is a functional place occupied by the organisms. It's the first point. What is the second point? It is a physical place, it is a functional place. Second point, same species, same habitat may be shared by many organisms. It's a place shared by many organisms. Even the lion, tigers, human beings, everything are occupied the same places. But the function role, single niche can be occupied by only the single species alone. Only single species alone. Because each and every species have their own specific character. They do not share with the other characters. Definitely, that is why the single species, single needs can be shared by only single species alone. Then last point, third point, definition. And habitat, it is especially exhibited by only organism alone. Especially exhibited by only organism habitat. But needs, the organism can change their time. Organism change their time and season in different seasons also, change their time oftenly. For example, Siberian crane, they migrated from Siberia to the Rajasthan for the purpose of only breeding alone. To avoid the extreme condition in the Siberia, during this time, they change their niche for the purpose of reproduction alone. They migrated from Siberia to the Rajasthan. So they oftenly change their season and also time also will be changed. These are the niche. Next, ecological equivalent. What do you mean by ecological equivalent? Taxonomically different species. Taxonomically different species, but they are occupying similar niche, same or similar habitat or the niche. What do you mean? Taxonomically, externally or morphologically different species, but they are occupying the same niche, same places, same functions, same niche and same habitat also. So these are called ecological equivalent, but in different geographical area. Once again, I would remember, taxonomically different species, I mean morphologically, externally the different species, they occupy the same niche in different geographical area. These are called environmental equation. For example, for better understand, for example, some species of epiphytic orchids. You know what's called epiphyte? The epiphytic plant, they do not growing in the soil, they are grown attached to the branches of other trees. Epiphytes, it is attached to the branches of other trees, they do not growing in the soil. It is epiphytic orchids of Western Ghats of India. They differ from the epiphytic orchids of South America. They differ from the epiphytic orchids of South America. Orchids, but both they are called orchids. I means epiphytic orchids. Both are the same habitat. What is the same habitat? They are growing the branches of other trees, but they are, which is present in the Western Ghats of India, differ from the morphologically differ from the and South America. So both are morphologically different, ecologically same. These are the one example. Another example, a grass species of Western Ghats of India, certain grass species, they differ from the grass species of temperate grassland of steppes in North America. What do you mean? certain grass species which is present in the grassland of Western Ghats of India. It is a grass. They differ from the grass species of temperate grasslands of steppes in America. What's called steppes? It is a flat grassland. A flat grassland in North America. But both are grasses. But what is the main role of grasses? They are primarily producers. Primarily producers. They prepare their own food materials. They do their physiological role and ecological role. But they morphologically differ from each other. These are called ecological equivalents. Okay, thank you. On the next topic, we are going to discuss the next videos. Thank you.